Hey, baby. How you doing, my Bella? My girl, Bella. You wait for some more people to get up in here, but enjoy this beautiful song. I just got finished cooking myself. Had to get myself ready. Ooh, it is so cold out here. This weather done switched up on us. This weather switched up on us. Oh, come on now. I know you don't put Tasha K name in there, but everything is not about Tasha K. Only when she does something that I don't like, I will be talking about Tasha K. But I would like to do you supposed to submit to your man? Or is that causing a rift in relationships because people don't understand what submission is? Or should they just take that word out, period? Take the word submission just out of the equation, period, and just love and respect one another. Is it mandatory? Oh my goodness. Oh, I got a headache. Oh. Do we take submission out? Keep the word submission in? What do we do? What is your meaning? We're in 2020. The marriage change. Hello, Kenneth, Kentucky. How you doing? Even though we're in year 2020, have marriage changed? Has marriage changed to the point because now, I'm not talking about the independent women. I'm just talking about the roles in the household. The roles in the household have changed because of economic reasons. So now a lot of more women are less in the house and now working too. You got two people that's still doing the same job. So when the man and the woman is home, does she continue to do her wifely duties and he doesn't, even though she's bringing in money too? Come on, let's this conversation get down. Let's get this conversation going. Because you got some women that are dominant by nature. They don't mean to be dominant, but they dominant by nature. They fiery by nature. You got some people that are not. Just because somebody is dominant by nature and fiery by nature, does that mean that they don't submit or they don't know how to submit? Or just because you see that before you get to know her, because she doesn't wear it on her sleeve, do you go past a woman like that? Like if you meet, hey, Dr. Amira, glad to see you here. My girl. Thank you. So is it that some women are a little fiery by nature? Does that mean that they don't submit? Sometimes you never took the chance to learn. You just see somebody a little bit loud, but not knowing that when she with her man, she's a different person. But you automatically say, no, she's not submissive. So do good women get patched up? Because the same way you could look at a female and you could say, oh, she got a big this, she got a big that, she's beautiful. So you're looking at her exterior and never the interior. Does the same rule apply for if you see a woman that's a little bit feisty, that you don't know her interior? You don't know she's a beautiful woman who probably loves to cook, who probably loves to clean, and probably loves to take care of her man. But because she's fiery by nature, you passed up on it. Because this love game can get a lot of confusing because you're going off of what you see at first. So does what you see at first get you in trouble? And because of, like I said, the roles, I'm not speaking upon the independent women, not speaking upon the women who don't need nobody. I'm not speaking upon the women who say I can do it all by I'm not speaking upon them. We can bring them into conversation, but I'm not speaking about them yet. I'll wait for a couple of more people to come on up in these rooms. This is just some questions that we need to ask. Well, what qualifies when you meet in a woman? What qualifies her as being submissive without you even knowing her? Because people do have their own personalities, and everybody who you think are nice, what if they're not nice? What if they're the ones that's not submissive? What if they just look nice? It was a song. Love is strange. Love is very strange. But is it being submissive? Like I said, we're in 2020. Should it still be that word should still be there? Or should that word be thrown away and we just love and respect each other? You love me, I love you. You respect me, I respect you. We got each other back. Do a job, baby. Or does that word submission needs to be there? And if you are submitting, does he has to be an alpha male? Because only alpha male for some reason think that women are supposed to submit to them. What about the beta males and the dusty males? I mean, how does this game go? How does this game go? How does it go? How does this go? Mountain Man says 100% nothing but love and respect. That because a woman submit to you, that doesn't mean she loves you. Some people are not married for love. It depends on where you at and what's your religion. Some people are not married for love. They just know that they have. Some women are trained. This is what you do to your husband. You have to do this, and this. They never mention the word love because they are married off. Yet because a woman is submissive to you, you don't know if that's how she was raised. That does not mean she loves you because she submits to you. That could just be her culture. Love is strange. Love is tricky. Let's talk about it. I'm going to put this link up here because we're going to get this show started and we shall see. And whatever you do, keep it real. If you're a man, keep it real. If you're a woman, keep it real. We're trying to all unite here. And we got to see where each other is coming from. Anytime you want to hit that link, feel free to hit that link. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. It is so cold and it's raining and it's terrible out here. It's just terrible. It's terrible. Can the word submit mean love? Can the word submission, when God says submit to your husband, man should submit to their wives? Did that really mean love? My DNA says I'm a Hebrew by blood. I'm the seed of Jacob, and my name implies. Okay. Hey, lady, I'm here, but still cooking, so I'll come up in a few. Okay. I'm waiting for my girl, Dr. Amira Zahara. That's a beautiful name. Yaka. Oh, Yaki. Jacob. Okay, we have my girl, Dr. Amira, one of my favorite guys. Welcome all aboard this upstream. It's always beautiful to have you here.
Hey, what's going on? Great topic.
Hey. We want to try to, it's going to have to be more conversations on this, but I think this is what's tearing relationships apart, and it's more of the alphas and the independents is making it bad for everybody else. The independent woman and the alpha man is making everybody in between, making it bad for everybody in between. But let's go, baby.
What?
How do you feel about that?
See, I think we have to be honest. I think that so much in our community, I think that sometimes we want our cake and eat it too, right? What do I mean by that? So, for example, we got to have this real conversation. We can't just have it one-sided. There ain't no one-sidedness, okay? So, in order for a woman to submit in certain types of instance, the man has to be submitting to, just in a different way. Let me break that down. What do I mean by that? Okay, this is a real conversation, right? So a lot of times I think that when I talked about people wanting their cake and eat it too, so a lot of brothers and a lot of men want a woman to submit to them. However, they have to be in a kingship role. What do I mean by that? Handling business. That means paying the bills, not just getting donations and trying to live off of donations. No, that means working for the family unit. That means holding your wife down for her to submit, because there's no way in the world that a woman can work all these different jobs, have 5 jobs, and he sit his butt at home talking about submitting. No, ma'am. No, sir. See, it don't work that way. Okay. And even though, yes, there are different ways to earning money, such as now YouTube. Now YouTube, a lot of people are making monies off of YouTube, right? But is that enough to sustain the family? That means the woman should be within the home front. If she's going to submit, then she's submitting to the energy of him holding things down, right? Not just him holding things down, it's because of respect. So respect is very precious, right? So if you are in a relationship, or not just a situationship, right? Because there are situationships out there, right? So if you are submitting to this particular entity, or you calling this man your king, or you calling him your whatever, your man, your husband, your king, whatever the hell you want to call him. But if you're submitting to him, that will definitely mean for him to be holding the family down. That means paying all of the bills. That means you could either work if that's something you want to do. If that's something you want to do by choice, it should be by choice, right? I'm just telling you the real facts, right? In what submitting can mean. And it's not just the submission of your energy. It's not just that, but it's also, and it's not just obeying. It's not just because, ooh, I'm afraid. It's not a fear situation. Submitting is not fear. It's not because the man is the strong hand that if you don't submit, he gonna slap you down. It ain't none of that either. Okay. So, so for me, so let me break down for me. So for me, my mother worked because she wanted to. She worked because of her passion, because my mother was a school teacher. She went to school, she got a degree, she earned a degree, she earned her master's and all these different things because she was passionate about helping children, okay? That was her thing. But my father had lunch, my father had breakfast, and so did I, right? My mother held down the house because she wanted to. because she respected my father, because my father paid all the bills, okay, and maintained her. So my mother taught me how to be a homemaker, how to work if that's something that I wanted to do, have a career, right? And also how to rear children, okay? So for my situation here personally, I have my own business. My husband has a business and a job, and jobs, right? And he maintains the family. He is the king. He is definitely. However, my job is not only my business, because I'm an entrepreneur, but I also hold down the house front. I also take care of the house. He has breakfast if that's what he wants. If he wants dinner, that's what he wants. But I'm gonna cook it anyway, and it'll just be waiting on him to eat it. And I'm gonna maintain the house.
What if he doesn't want you to work?
I don't work. I have my own business.
What if he doesn't want you to do that?
He wouldn't do that because he know I'm passionate.
No. That's because we're saying now, if the man is paying all the bills,
right,
and he's holding everything down, and he doesn't want his wife to do that, just be in the home. What do you say?
But I am in the home.
No, but you're still doing business in the home. Right. What if he doesn't want you to do? What if he doesn't want you to do that?
But let me tell you something. Well, let me break this down. Let me break it down further. I have to, for me, you understand what I'm saying? For me, I'm definitely submissive. But it's a different line of submissive. What I mean by submissive, that means we have conversations. Everything pretty much is on him. You understand what I'm saying? If he has certain things that he wants to do, he do pretty much run our household, but I run the house. You understand what I mean? I run the house like daily, like for example, how I'm going to clean up today, the way that I clean up. So for our marriage is something totally different. I can't speak on nobody else's marriage.
That's the question. The question is, listen, I want you to do strictly in the household. Now, I don't need you to bring in the money. I'll just bring in the money. Mm-hmm. I just want you to be, and he's telling you the things that he
wants me to do. I would do that, but
okay.
If that's something that he wants me to do, but he won't. So I'm just putting
that. The question was, you answered the question. You can't put a continuation. If he wanted you to stop that and just be in control of the house.
If that's something that he wants me to do, then of course, because I am legally married to my husband and spiritually married to my husband. If that's something that he would like me to do. But keep in mind, been there, done that. You understand what I mean? So let me break down what I'm
don't have that option.
Right. But let me break down what I'm saying. So originally, when we first got together, I had like a little job. He still maintained the home as far as finances is concerned. But I still maintained and did things, cook, clean, that kind of thing, reared children, that all that good stuff, right? So from there, I no longer wanted to work. So I quit. He said, go ahead, quit. I mean, I wanted you to anyway. I was just waiting on you to say something. So for me, for a little while, I didn't really do much but maintain the household, And then for me, when I started really getting into my passion, I wanted to take off with my passion. That's something that I wanted to do. And of course, he's supportive of that. He's like one of my biggest investors, not just investors, but he's also one of my, biggest clients, so to speak. And he encourages it. Right. And for me, I can't speak on anybody else. Everybody has their own household dynamics. But for me, submission definitely, You know what I mean? We don't argue. I mean, discussion, sure. But I'm not yelling at him. I'm not cursing him. First, we don't even have that kind of relationship. We're not fist fighting in the middle of the street. Uh, we're not even having loud and large discussions where the point, if I get passionate about something, like I'm passionate right now about the situation, it's not that I'm yelling, I'm not yelling, I'm just passionate, right? So if I get passionate, he's looking at me like, if you don't stop yelling, why are you yelling? He looking at me like, wait a minute. I can't say so we don't have that dynamics of yelling. We don't have that dynamics of cursing each other out, because it's about respect, because I respect my husband. It's not just about me having to bump off at the lips and looking at me originally when he got with me, because we were in organization, without going into detail what that organization is. Mm-hmm. We met in the organization, and from there I had to be aggressive with men. I had to be a certain type of way when it came to men, because I was a female, so I had to be a certain type of way. But with him, I'm definitely totally different, and a lot of people would not expect that of me. But it's because largely I respect my husband. I like it here, My husband is like one of my best friends. So I'm not gonna disrespect them, or I don't feel like that. I like being submissive, to be honest with you.
Is your personality type easygoing, or is your personality type a little fiery?
I'm both. It depends on what day of the week you're talking about.
I know, girl. I know what you mean. Because sometimes, how you doing, Citizen TV? Sometimes people's personality type is easygoing. So it's some people a man may think or assume that they're submitting, but that is just their natural personality type. Where you may find somebody that personality type is a little bit fiery, but that doesn't mean they're not submissive. See, they're in the relationship. A lot of times now, when you meeting people, same way they look at your exterior, they may see a fiery type and automatically assume she wouldn't be submissive. Everybody has different personality types. I'm not talking about the independent women. We didn't get on independent women yet. To my regular one. Right. And that's a whole nother. We're gonna get into the independent woman and the alpha male now.
But I am an alpha female, though. Alpha female. You understand? To go there, I am pretty much an alpha female. But at the same time, I have to have a man to be. I have to have a king. I have to have a man who knows how to rule, because if he does not know how to rule, I will run over him. So let me be honest. If he doesn't
know how to drive, right, baby? You take them keys in a minute. They get them keys up. That's how I feel. But I would get more into me about me. What's my opinion of it? But I see it so much, about submission, alpha, and then my thing is people want women that's submissive. That's so much. You hear more about women being submissive more than a man being a man. Like them two subjects must go together. You can't have one without the other. How do you pick upon submission so much and get disrespected so much if you're not submissive? What is it, that a woman is not submissive, or is it that she just don't take no jump? Them lines, because you got some women, they don't have that mouth, but they still do everything they're supposed to do. They just fiery by nature, and that man is not being, every man. What I'm saying is every man is not alpha. I think that nobody.
Sometimes it takes a man to know how to lead too. Because you can't have you can't submit to this particular energy that's not leading the home front correctly.
That I kind of disagree with that part, because I agree with that to a certain extent. The part that I disagree is that every man is not an alpha. Every man is, some men are betas. Some men, you may have to kind of show them how to be a leader. But I believe in meeting somebody where they're at. I'm not going to take advantage. I'm not going to take advantage of you because I'm more dominant than you.
But everybody's not for everybody. See, there's a right. But if I have to look, been there, done that, not doing that no more. I'm not nobody's mama. Okay, my first marriage, I was my first. Let's not go. I'm not gonna go there. But let's just say I'm not gonna be nobody's mama. See, I want a man to be a man, so I can play my role. So I don't have to be so dominant.
No, I never said. Now, at my age bracket, let me correct this. At my age bracket, what I mean by you're not a dominant person, I don't mean you're not self-sufficient. Right. I don't mean you don't have a job. You have to have them qualities at my age. At my age, I'm having a 20-year-old conversation with no man about what you're trying to do and what your hopes, and you better have something going for you. But you have some men that just are laid back. They still have a job. They still take care of their business. They do everything. I'm not going to count them out.
That's something.
Hey, really,
you're still talking about a good man. We're not talking about that.
Okay. All right.
We're talking about somebody.
About a good man. Okay.
What I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody that is not doing anything with their life. Trying to get donations. Yeah, the dusty bum. The dusty rusty.
Thank you, guys.
So, I don't have to mistreat them, but I'm just not gonna be with them. It's not a thing where I'm gonna be standing outside calling them out like you a bum, you ain't nothing. You know, I'm not even gonna do that to him. I'm just not gonna be with him.
No, I think I think I got a repellent for Dusties, because have mercy if you a Dusty coming out at my age, you know, and we grandmothers, come on now. I wish a Dusty would, but you got some people that are our age that are still Dusties, and I'll be like, and they want the king treatment. I'll be like,
I'm trying to tell you. No way. I'm 40. I'm just gonna tell you how old I am 47 years old. It's no way. I can't move backwards.
Exactly. I'm not having a 20-year-old conversation about, well, you know, I'm still trying to get this record deal. I'm writing these at 50 years old. I'm writing these rhymes. I'm gonna get a record deal. Okay, let me read some of these comments. Okay, thank you very much. Burns Drunk Closet for the raid. I appreciate you. Reality TV, how are you?
And then you gotta work. And then on top of that, you already up against so much in this society. Okay, you're already up against these societies in marriage in general. And then if y'all a melanated couple, oh my God. So y'all already up against stereotypes. Y'all already up, you know, trying to rear children. If y'all trying to rear children, then y'all already up at trying to make it work. And then social media, you know, a lot of marriages don't help.
Okay, we got Maria Lifestyle. She says, a relationship is 100-100. Real love is unprompted with no restrictions. If you need to tell someone how you want to be treated, you already failed miserably.
That's true. I'm not gonna do that. How about we're gonna be on the same page? Either we're gonna be on the same page, or we're gonna try to figure out the page. We're gonna have to figure out what chapters we need to go in. So, for example, if I'm on, because it's different. Relationships can go through different things, right? So, whereas, you know, you could be on chapter, I don't know, 7. You personally could be on chapter 7, but your mate might be on chapter 10. So y'all have to figure out how to get on that same chapter or something. You know, I'm not saying just throw absolutely everything away, but submission does come because both of you all technically are submitting to each other, whether people know that or not. If you're in a relationship, because that's like compromising on certain things, not compromising on things you just totally dead set against, but it's about compromising to meet each other's needs. Because if you really love or you really care about that person or you care about that person's feelings, of course you're gonna, go above and beyond and try to make that person, not make, but you're gonna try to make that person happy. Essentially, if you're gonna want to make them happy, they're gonna want to make you happy.
But let me ask you a question. And what I kind of see was another big problem, because see me, I believe in the Bible. I believe in the book. I do believe that let the man be the man. But what I realized that when you have women who have been trained and taught how to be a good woman and how to submit, these men don't understand that. And they take that as weakness. They take it as weakness, like, oh, because you hear all the time, I got this girl washing my clothes and she cooking my food. They don't understand that's what good women do. But in their mind, they got this woman doing this, and a lot of them take advantage. Then a lot of these women get taken advantage of, because a lot of women know so now a lot of women is backing out of, let me stop doing all this submission type of stuff. Even though, I mean, when you meet somebody, you don't know, they're not ready for a real woman. Just like if you meet a woman, you don't know they're ready for a real man. That takes time. But I do notice that a lot of women who want to submit or are good women, men, they haven't been taught that. They've been taught to have multiple women, conversations, they have, or you have like these red pills, if you know what I'm talking about. You heard of the red pills? We're gonna need a man that come on here and break down what the red pill is, what MGTOW is, and all these other things are. But that's making our chances go down even more, because it's like they got a book there, but the book is not a human being. All these rules and regulations is not a human being. You need to get to know the human being. You can't go by what somebody say, these are the rules, these are the rules. And they got too many rules. There are no rules except for love and respect. I'm gonna put the link back in there. Anybody else would like to say something, but you can continue.
So
how do you feel about that part?
Well, I mean, again, it goes back to finding someone that's going to fit, and I hate to use that language, but finding someone that's going, I don't want to say fit that narrative, but finding someone that will compliment you. Let's use that language. Finding someone that will compliment you. So if you are a woman who would like to submit, but have found people in your past who have not been ready for the type of woman you are, that does not mean give up who you are. You know what I mean? That does not mean
some women, I'm not going to change who I am, but and then you got to remember too, because a woman knows is another side too. Don't play with me. But I just believe I know when to cut. I know how to cut the fire down. So when I meet people, the fire is usually down. They don't know that heat go. They don't know that heat go all the way up. Don't do it. But I try to be submissive. I don't try to be submissive. I just try to be a good woman. I don't want to call it submission, because
I just try to be again, right. It goes back to me, and that with my husband, it goes back into take the word submission, right? If you take the word,
now Burns is talking about.
That's what I was just about.
Burns is saying we were talking about the independent woman, but we didn't get on the independent. How the independent woman make us look bad? We're gonna get on independent woman, Burns. Beware of the Jezebel spirit. Yes, you must. If anybody else would like to get on the panel, please come on the panel.
if you take the words, I think a lot of people are fearful of the word submission. Okay, so everybody take that out your vocabulary. So just take it out the box, right? Just for a second, just take it out the box. Just understand as follows: if you're with somebody that you really care about, right, and they care about you, and you all are going to want the best for each other. You all want the best for each other. You all really want to grow your family. Y'all want to build a dynasty. Y'all want to build an empire.
Come in, Burns. You are a married woman. Come on in, and I want you and Burns on your channel to do a panel, because both of y'all have similar stories, but it will have to either be on your channel or her channel. I don't know if I brought that up to your attention before. But please, if you and Burns are not friends, you and her, y'all have a very similar life, very similar, as far as finding or adopting parents, all that other stuff. I think y'all stories will be compelling, and I think the world needs to hear it. But it will have to either be on your show or her show where we get to tune in. But y'all would. Y'all have a lot to. I'm always connecting people. Y'all have a lot of things that are relatable, very relatable. Well, Vern, here we go. But you know what the bad part about being submissive to the wrong guy? Oh goodness! Once you leave them, they never stay gone. They always want to call. Like 20 years later, I'm like, "What did you calling me for?" But that's why you get more something with, you get more bees with honey than sugar. I'm always gonna be a nice person. There's no perfect person, and we all need some help through this walk of life. Correct. Okay, Maria.
But if you take all that out, submission is just really you doing righteous for this particular person, and they doing righteous for you. That's really what it is. So you pass the word.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself out. Somebody is sprinkling. I'm gonna mute myself out, and I'm gonna let you guys burn. You is a married woman, and then we're gonna have Maria, or we're gonna have Dr. Mira finish her statement. Then we're gonna have Burns, and then we're gonna have Maria.
If you take the word submission out, because I think a lot of times people are fearful of the language submission because they think slavery. Because they think that they have to get on their hands and knees and be like, "Oh, husband of mine, I love you with all my being." He just step on your face.
Sorry, you gotta mute yourself, Maria. It's crinkling, baby. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so people think that you're just stepping over your husband's face. I mean, your husband's stepping over your face, and you all are walking down, and you're like, "Yes, baby, yes," and you bowing down, and you walking 20 steps behind him. That's not really what submission is, y'all. So that's really not. It's just really a theory of respect. It's just showing respect for your king, and your husband showing respect for his queen, meaning you. That's really what it is. And I think a lot of times people try to mistake what it is. And I think that is scary for most people because of trust, because a lot of times in our community, we have a fear of trusting each other. The woman has a fear of trusting the man because she thinks the man is going to be a player, or he's going to misuse her, cheater on her, or do all kind of evil things to her. And the man has a fear of being abandoned, left, dogged out, cheated on, and all these different things that we have gone through. The whole dysfunctional of it all, right? And so because we get into that theory of having that energy, and it's hard for a lot of people to find love and to find a way to submit to each other in a certain type of way. Because even if the woman is very submissive, like she's at home, she's taking care of the family and all that other stuff, the man is just as much even if he's paying all the bills and he's handling her and knocking, and handling his business in the bedroom and all these different things, right? But he's still submitting as well, but it's just in a different way.
How long have you been married?
Spiritually or on paper?
Spiritually.
Okay. Whew, God. I don't know, about 12 years. I don't know, somewhere like that.
All right. So we're gonna go to Verns and let us know how long you've been married and tell us how you feel about submission, Verns.
Let me mute up.
Okay. Hello, everybody. How are you? Hi, Doctor. Is it Amira?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Amira. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay. So, this is my second marriage. My first marriage, I was a widow and I was married 6 years. We were together 8. And my second marriage, the one I'm in now, we have been married. This is 2020, right? We've been married 20, but we've been together 28 because I was afraid to marry him because I was a widow the first time. So for submission, for me, because I am so headstrong, and again, for me, because I became a widow, I think I had to take on the role of man and woman for those 7-8 years. So for me, being submissive would not work for a man because I'm very, very headstrong. Now, if you are telling me to stay home while you go out and do all that, I probably would say no, because I'm such a go-getter. I'm not staying home doing all that. My husband is a chef and I have not cooked since we've been married.
All right. Mine's better.
Anybody can tell you I do not cook. He does it all. Now, maybe I'm submissive in that way by not cooking. but for me, submission is yes, it's the man paying the bills, the woman doing all that. Yes. But also, if it's a form of respect where I'm being submissive to you, that means I'm giving you my all, my body, my mind, my soul, and you go out there and cheat. There's no way in the world I'm going to still be submissive to you. Because if I was to do it and I was to turn around and cheat on you, do you think that man would stay? On the real, I don't think a man would stay. But women, we put up with so much. We allow that a man has cheated on us. And yeah, we're taking him back. We want our marriage to work. We wanted to bring the family back together. But he broke something to me that was something that was supposed to be so special between me, you, and God. And you did that. And you brought a child into the relationship. I don't think I would be able to forgive that easy and take him back. So I would not be submissive even if he had asked me to. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Oh, I have rules and regulations in the beginning. I forgot to tell you, cooking is one of them. I used to be Betty Crocker. I used to be Betty Crocker to the T. I'm spoiled, so I'm probably be submissive because you have to spoil me. But certain rules, I have boundaries that does not cross for nobody. It just doesn't. Cheating, whatever, especially because not when I'm still kind of cute. I can get out there and find other people who don't waste my time. But I'm kind of spoiled, so if I get what I want, I'll give you what you want. Just don't cross the boundaries, and I turn into a whole new creature. But you said you've been together 28 years altogether. You was doing a lot of good things, Verns, though. What was you doing for all them years? What was your trick?
We had 6 children, if that answers the question.
We like to know. And Dr. Mary, you gotta let us know how long was y'all together spiritually. Y'all gonna have to write me a book here. I'm not I need a book. We got 20. Y'all got some years going on here. I'm loving this. I'm loving this.
It wasn't so easy.
I don't know what you mean. But what do you mean by spiritually?
Spiritually, like that not on paper.
Before they got on paper.
Not on paper.
That means
mm-hmm. 8. We were together 8 spiritually, and then we got married, and we've been married for 20. Well, I knew he wanted to marry me. He asked me 3 times, but like I said, I was scared because I was a widow. So I was like, I don't know if I could do that again. But he wouldn't leave, so I guess I had to.
Understandable, though. That's understandable. You went through a lot, so I can certainly understand. I mean, this is my second marriage. I'm not. I was married 20-some years for the first marriage, on and off. But
question for both of you guys. First, Amira, did you grow? Okay, I take that back. You did say your mother and father, but besides your mother and your father, did you grow up seeing happy marriages? And the same question for you. If it's besides your mother and father, what did you grow up seeing? Because that could also spoil people, adults, their childhood of not seeing love from a male and a female together. So you can answer it first. Besides your mother and father, and then Renette and Vern, right after she finished, you can answer the same question.
I saw a lot of fake marriages. I saw a lot of fake marriages. I mean, looked happy, but when you go down to it, then you find out they're not together no more. You be like, oh yeah, well, old Bobby was a cheater, or old Susan was a slithering snake in the hood, But I grew up seeing both. I grew up seeing dysfunctional marriages. I grew up seeing great marriages where people respected each other. My grandparents stayed married all the way up until my grandfather died. And I pretty much grew up around that. I grew up around a lot of different type of marriages, normal marriages, standard marriages, dysfunctional, happy marriages. So I've had a lot of examples.
And you, Burns?
Well, my mom and dad were together until she passed away. So I was adopted at birth. So that's the only marriage that I know of, that I really seen. But my grandparents, I remember my grandfather being a low down son of a gun.
So how did that impact you?
I never ever liked him. I never liked him. I always felt that he was I'm sorry.
A Rolling Stone. That's a topic I would like for you and Dr. Amira to cover, because y'all lives are very parallel. Both of y'all were adopted. Both of y'all have experiences with adopting parents and looking for your birth family also. That I hopefully y'all two please link up, DM each other, and please either on her channel or your channel, both of y'all guys can talk about you guys' experience. I would love to see y'all two have to link up. Y'all lives are so parallel. It'll be an amazing chat, because now you have somebody in common with while each other's telling each other's story, because it's like the same exact story.
Right. What's your channel name?
Is it Dr. Amira Kwali? I think it's the same as this.
Oh, it's the same as what's showing. Okay, I'm gonna look you up. Okay.
I think so.
Make sure y'all DM each other and get that topic going. Okay, so how did that impact you as far as you feeling love? Did it make you like not feel like okay, love don't really exist, or I don't want to fall in love because this is what I've seen, so I'm going to mess everything up? Did you say, no, that's not me, I'm going to find love? Or did love just bite you in the butt?
Who you asking? Both me first or the
Burns? As far as with her first, not her second husband, with her first husband.
Yeah, I always said this when I was single. I said I'm not a good girlfriend. I'm a great wife. So they knew from day one. Look, you're not just dating me to be having some fun and a plaything. There's something expected of us dating. If we are dating 1 and 2 years, there should be some kind of a commitment there of getting married, having children, or something. In my opinion, I know people don't do that, but for me, I was that kind of a woman. I put it out there on the table up front and like, look, to me, dating is to get information, to get data. Okay, so we got the data. What are we doing with this? Are we moving forward? You know, I just wasn't out there just to have fun. And I always expected to be a wife. I always expected that.
Okay, you, Dr. Amira? Same question.
Definitely wanted to be a wife. Shoot, I was never, I used to have my little dolls. I mean, don't get it twisted. I used to have my Tonka truck because my father wanted a little boy, so he would buy me a Tonka truck. They wanted to adopt a boy.
1 second.
I used to have my Tonka truck because my father wanted a little boy, so he would buy me a Tonka truck. They wanted to adopt a boy.
1 second.
I used to have my Tonka truck because my father wanted a little boy, so he would buy me a Tonka truck. They wanted to adopt a boy. I used to have my Tonka truck because my father wanted a little boy, so he would buy me a Tonka truck. They wanted to adopt a boy. I used to have my Tonka truck because my father wanted a little boy, so he would buy me a Tonka truck.
One second, guys. I had to mute her mic. Sorry.
That's okay.
Maria, we're going to get you in here, but you got to turn off one of your mics. You had to mute her mic. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. Maria, we're going to get you in here, but you got to turn off one of your mics. Okay, Maria? No, talk now, Maria. Maria. Unmute your mic now, Maria. Because she's been trying to get in here, but she probably got both things open.
Hello?
Unmute your mic now, Maria.
Hello?
All right, go ahead, Maria. She's been trying to get in here, but she probably got both things open.
Hello?
Unmute your mic now, Maria.
Hello?
All right, go ahead, Maria. She's been trying to get in here, but she probably got both.
She needs to cut off her YouTube in the background. If she has on her computer and her phone, she has to cut one of them off.
Right, that's what she doesn't understand. Maria, you have to do what Burns just said. Now, how do you feel?
Wait. I didn't finish answering the question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. So basically, what was the question again? Shoot, that was a lot.
You said they wanted a boy.
Oh yeah, so
basically,
yeah. So my father wanted a boy, my mother wanted a girl. So my father felt like he wanted the best of both worlds. So he gave me Tonka trucks. My mother gave me the Barbie dolls, right? So I would play with both, and I would have the Ken doll. So from that age, I've always wanted to be a wife. I've always wanted to have a marriage. I've always wanted to be loved because I've always felt like that sense of missing something. It was, and I think that also it wasn't just the fact of what I saw as a child, but it was also me being adopted and me having abandonment issues and me wanting a stronger family. So I wanted to make a stronger family. And I've always used to try to find family in organizations, which was wrong to do, right? trying to find these different families. And so I just created a family, you know what I mean? Out of this particular person that I was cool with, I made that into my sister. And, you know, I think a lot of it stopped once I got my second marriage, and then once I found my biological mom. So I found a lot of peace in that. And once I found her family, and then I found, well, my biological father since have passed. But I've never met him, but I met my brothers, you know. And once that took place, that definitely got me to understand about family and relationships and having that stability in the home. Go ahead.
Was that the same case for you, Burns? Did you feel any abandonment issues from being adopted or not?
No, I've never felt, and I know a lot of people say I never felt that, and I never knew I was even adopted till I was an adult. So growing up, I never even knew. So I just knew family, you know, brother, sister, mother, father, you know. I never knew that. But when I got of age, and even till now, they still haven't told me anything. So everything I have found out, I found out on my own doing research. But I never felt adopted growing up, and that's my thing. There's like, wow, like I guess it can happen. It is possible. But yeah, I've always seen love and never knew anything different.
They told me when I was in preschool, I knew up front, and I did not look like them. And I had like they treated me really great. Now don't get twisted. To this day, my mother who raised me, because I don't call my adoptive parents, I don't do that. But the mother who basically brought me up, she always gave me extra love. You know what I mean? And both of them did. So I can't say that they didn't treat me and give me love and instill that in me. And I can't say that my grandmother didn't or my grandfather didn't, because we had a lot of extended family members, or a lot of people who was in the family who was blended may not be biological, because a lot of them wasn't biological, right? So still, I had certain aunts. I still knew, because certain cousins would kind of treat me a certain way, and I had a couple, like an aunt or an uncle, that certainly did treat me a little bit differently, and I felt differently. And then it didn't help when people come over to my house and they meet my parents. They're like, "You don't look like your parents." You know what I mean? That didn't help.
Wow. But that wasn't their place to say that.
I know.
People are so cruel. People are so cruel.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, even if it is your biological parents and you with one parent and they'll never see your other parent, the first thing they say is that your mother? And you don't look nothing. I hate when they say, "Oh, that boils my blood." I hate when I'm like, "No, that's my mother."
Yeah.
But people are cruel.
Yeah, it wasn't. And my mother never talked about it. She never said, "Well, my adopted child." You don't call your adopted child your adopted child. What the, you know, she just always said, like, my daughter. And only time that it was ever an issue or she talked about it, to be honest with you, was when we went to the doctor, and they'll be like, "Well, what is her, you know, medical history?" And she'll be like, "I don't know, because, you know, she's, you know, I didn't birth her." You know, she would always say that. And she'd be like, "Well, I don't know. I just know she got a sickle cell trait from her biological mom. That's all I know." And that's the only thing she spoke about it. And then when I got to a certain age, I would say 16, I asked for my information. And finally, I got angry with her one day, and I like spouted at her because I had a lot of anger. And so she had gave me like non-identified information that had all of this information on there about my mother having had a sickle cell trait and just a whole bunch of other things. And then it had something, they didn't even have all the correct information on there. It was like some of the stuff was like, you know, messed up. Only thing that was true, that one of the things that I probably would have found my biological parents a lot sooner, was they said that his father, my father's grandfather, owned a gas station, and that wasn't necessarily true. He owned a grocery store, and my biological father had Velvet Freezes in St. Louis. So if I would have known that, I would have known who he was. and then I could have found her easily. That would have been no question, because there was a lot of people that knew my biological mom that I was friends with, but they didn't know that was my mom.
Oh wow!
Can you imagine? Can you imagine what y'all two live is gonna be like? Oh goodness!
Yeah.
You see what I mean? I'm gonna have a great live. I can't wait. Y'all need to set that up ASAP. Set that up ASAP. I got a gift. I could connect people. I'm always connecting people, but I cannot wait till y'all get more in depth. Maybe y'all can discuss that. You know, y'all can still speak upon it here, but I just wanted you guys to know. I'm glad y'all explaining this, so y'all don't think that I'm crazy when I'm saying that we got to connect. Now you understand why I'm saying that. But
yeah.
The submission part.
Awesome.
How do you feel about alpha males? How do you feel about the alpha males against the independent woman? And how is that? How do you feel about
the alpha woman?
Let's
not gonna work.
them. No, the alpha men, not the alpha. Well, alpha woman and the alpha man, but we're gonna say independent, who don't need nothing and nobody.
That might be a lot. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say that that's not gonna work. I take that back. I think that would be a huge struggle, because deciding which one is going to wear them
individually. No, I mean speaking upon them individually, not as a couple. How they're making it bad. How they're making it bad for the people that's in between.
Yes.
Because how many videos you see about these alpha males, and then the minute a woman has she has something to say, and then it's we need to know our place. You know, I'm talking about people who take it to the extreme. Like, we're not supposed to even have a thought. I'm like, well, hold on now.
See, in general, alpha males are narcissistic. That's how I see them. And an alpha male with an independent woman, they're definitely going to bump heads and clash, because she's going to be expecting such and he's going to be expecting such, and it may not, I'm not going to say it won't, but it may not work, because they're both having expectations. And then the alpha male, like I said, he's narcissistic, so he's going to be probably downgrading her, talking nasty to her and rude. Now she's independent, she's gonna be like, listen here, you know, she gonna put him in his place.
Do you think both is a turn off? Because I mean, some females take independent, same way alpha males, they take it to the extremes. You know, and then a lot of them grow old nice and lonely, because they think all these things that they think. I got the hiccup as I'm talking to you guys. Isn't that something?
Drink the water. That's why I keep water and stuff with me.
I'm eating.
I don't think alpha males see women, period. Not even their women, period. I don't think alpha males see women as women. I think they see them as their child. They're dominated to them, and can tell them like I don't believe in any woman calling no man daddy. The only daddy I'm calling is the man that birthed me, or my dad, or Jesus. I'm not calling no man daddy. In my opinion. No. I think that's downgrading. I think it's very downgrading.
I'm like, what the hell is his daddy?
No,
that's weird.
It's daddy.
I'm not calling him daddy. I'm not calling him Poppy either.
No,
I'm not doing that. I have a different type of respect for my husband. I mean, some people call a man and boyfriends. I think that's like I think that's kind of like a single thing. I think when they be like zaddy, that's so ugly to me. I'm sorry. That's ugly to me. That's ugly. That's ugly. I'm not calling my husband.
If you look at the meaning of what zaddy means, it's not a very good meaning.
So what is
think about it? It's like John and a lady of the night. Let's say that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Think about it.
That's a single thing. That's
Jill went up the hill.
That's a booty call.
When I was single, I ain't never called no man daddy or nothing. No.
I didn't either.
Jack and Jill went up the hill.
Y'all know the type of single I'm talking about. Now we ain't gonna play this game. Y'all know exactly what I mean by when I talk about the single kind that'll be like daddy and boo thing. And I've never even called called a man a boo thing. That's kind of like booty language, and you're not no. Look, we ain't gonna have it. We just said a second ago. Now, wives, I like being a wife. I don't know about anybody else, but I like being a wife. I think being a wife is cool. I'm not getting ready to be calling my, sometimes when I'm flirting with my husband, I'm like, what's up, boo thing? He be like, don't call me that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And my husband doesn't like that either. He don't like when I call him that either.
Right. When I'm trying to mac, I'm trying to act like I'm a different person. And be like, what's up, boo thing? What you doing? He's like, I ain't no boo thing. Who you talking to?
Yeah, he don't like that.
For me,
nope.
For me, I don't like that because growing up, I realized that men forget your name. So then now everybody got the same pet name. No, I have a name. Call me by my name. Don't give me no. Don't give me no pet name. That's what you call everybody. Hey baby. Hey baby.
Right.
You know you.
It's
hey, baby. Hey honey. Hey sugar.
A wife is a handle. That means respect.
That's right.
Now, you know what else I don't like?
Well, I don't like wife neither, because that's also another pet name. Even though I know I'm your wife, but men that cheat call the side chick wifey too. Don't even call me wifey. Let me pick
we're not doing wifey.
Wifey. I don't do wifey. I
don't do wifey. You know what else I don't like?
What?
I don't like, and I'm hoping I can say this to you guys, women of particular ages, I'm saying over 30, and I hope we're all over 30.
I am.
I don't like when women call their man a boyfriend. If you're over 30, he is not your boyfriend. That's just how I feel. He's not your boyfriend.
Hello.
I'm not going to be 45 saying this is my boyfriend. No, he's not my boyfriend.
I remember my son did that one time. I'm gonna tell you something. I was out somewhere and my son, I think we was registering for school. Me and my middle child, me and my middle son, and he's like, I think he was like 19 at the time. He was like 18, 19 at the time, And he was like, yeah. And they was like, well, where do you stay at? They was asking him questions because they was, filling out the form. And he was like, I stay with my mother and her boyfriend. I looked at him. I said, I don't have no boyfriend. I'm too old. I'm in my 30s. I was like, this is not my boyfriend. And he was like, man friend. Her significant other. I was like, thank you. Jeez.
Now, what if you guys keep up with YouTube, how do y'all know about this new trend that's going around called the high value man?
No, I don't know.
I'm still trying to figure out what is a high value man.
Explain it to me.
How do you feel?
A sugar daddy.
A high value man. They look down. They look down on women who have children or who have baby daddies. It's like you got to be. I mean, they look down on. They think that they are so valued. I'm like that. I don't even know who you are. Yeah, because you walked in the door, like you smell good. Now you are high value man. I mean, that's the new trend. That's the sugar daddy is the other thing. That's not the high value.
No, I know.
That's the other thing. But the high value man that's the new trend. And then you even have some women now that's feeding into this. Insert eye roll. I know, girl Bella. I'm rolling. When I heard about this, I was like,
wifey.
So what is this? So if they are high valued men and they're looking down on women with children, first off, how many children do they have? One.
No, they're looking down on. I don't even know how they get a woman, because first of all, you can't say you want a submissive woman, but then again, you're looking down on every part of a woman. You want an educated woman, so which means she's not going to be home, she's not going to be cooking. You want y'all want too much now. Y'all been wanting too much. Remember that dog, what you call they had in the wedding? They're gonna have to start making these dolls. But they are making dolls. They're gonna take over. They need to take over because
They need
they're creating women that's not real.
So is a high value man, he wants a girlfriend and a boyfriend?
Oh,
No, but it's like
Okay.
they're trying to make it seem like, like women don't have past mistakes, not calling children their mistakes, calling the men that they choose mistakes. Like a lot of women knew, younger in life, walking into a relationship, and especially with narcissistic men, you don't know when that veil is going to come off. So you don't necessarily meet a narcissistic man and say, hey, he's narcissistic. To you, that's the best man ever. When you first meet that man, until that veil come off, you are in the honeymoon phase. You think he's the best man ever. He loves you. He knows everything about you. You didn't realize that he was studying you and playing it against you. You don't know that till later. You didn't know he was abusive till later. So,
right,
a lot of times, a lot of women is, a lot of these channels are grown disrespecting the Black women. It's like there's no understanding at all. And then the men going their own way. You heard of the MGTOW, right? That's men going there. Then the men who they don't want to be bothered with women, period. They think all we want is their money. They tired of the child support. Then don't make these kids. Don't make these kids. You got a lot of
that's what I was gonna say. The high right. So the high value man, he doesn't want a woman with children, but does he have children?
And a lot of these videos, I've been trying to just keep up with the new stuff so we could talk about it. But I'm gonna show some clips in future. I gotta learn how to share the screen. I'm so far.
I'm gonna probably say that some of them probably do have children, which is probably why a lot of them don't and feel a certain type of way. I remember when I was dating, in between, although I had children, and I just didn't really want to deal with men that had children unless they had a greater understanding with their child's mother or whatever she was, if they ex-wife or whatever, they had a greater understanding, because who wants to go through all that drama? You hear horror stories. So I could understand to a degree. I mean, people should ask for what they want. So I'm not upset with men who feel like
that's high value man.
Right, but what I'm saying is that I'm not upset with that about the high value men.
I'm not upset neither. But to classify yourself as a high value man.
Let me finish. But they can say that they're high value. That doesn't mean that they are. That's number one. Number two, they can feel whatever way they want. They too will probably be the ones that will grow old, alone. So that's cool. You know what I mean? I would like to know what a person thinks up front. Think about it. Think about when a person, if they feel a certain type of way, if that's what they like, then at least you'll know what you get yourself into. Like, okay, well, he ain't for me. I've had a lot of male friends back in the day that I was just cool with, just off the strip. We didn't have an intimate relationship or none of that. And a lot of them, some of them were kind of like that. And that didn't bother me. I just knew that I didn't want to be with them, and I would just laugh at them and talk about them. You know what I mean? Because that's a reality. And just like I have a female associates now who call themselves sugar babies, okay? Which is
the
same thing.
You're going to get on them. We're going to get on them too. Go ahead, baby. Set it off.
Yeah, and I have, and sometimes it's just not realistic. I have one associate. She's a sugar baby. She's literally a sugar baby. When she get with a guy, she'll tell him like, "Look, if you ain't got no money, if you ain't, because she dated this one millionaire, and so after she dated him, he broke up with her for whatever reason, and after that ended, she now wants a man who can afford her so she can stop working because she has 5 children." And she want to be able to.
Do you see the videos on that?
Huh?
Do you see the?
Whoa!
You got 2 you got two shows. One is Pink Michelle or something. Then you got another one. They all into boo boo beedoo, boo boo beedoo. Do whatever you want, long as you take care of me, pay my money. You know, I don't have no feelings, no emotions. It's whatever you want, daddy. Long as I have this house, long as I have this. I mean, that's all cool, but where's the love? I'm a person from the heart. Now, at my age, don't get confused. I don't love you that much. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm not saying that. Don't come my way. Sometimes people get confused.
Well, I find it superficial.
Mm-hmm.
I find it superficial that you want a man's money. One, two, what are you doing to get that money? Because he's not just sitting there talking to you and giving you all this money, house, cars, and all that. So that actually don't make you a sugar baby. That makes you another word.
Yeah, of course.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
I'm telling you,
Yes, ma'am.
and what was crazy about the situation was I had asked her one day, I was like, well, what are you going to do for that? I'm like, what are you going to do for that? What is your value? What do you bring to the table for him to spend money on you and this and that, right? So she started frequenting these millionaire clubs or whatever. So she met this one guy. The one guy, she was talking to him and they was having this budding conversation. She was so intrigued by him. He was so intrigued by her. But the last question he asked her, he said, well, I got a question for you. And she's like, yeah, what's the question? He asked her, he said, well, what can you bring to the table? I'm a millionaire. You are not. What can you bring to the table that you can give me that no other woman else can? You know, she couldn't answer it.
I would have been like, me. I would be like, you'll never find. You'll never find. I would have turned to Lou Rawls real quick. You're gonna miss my loving. You're gonna miss my loving.
That's what I'm saying though. If you are looking at the money from him, that's his money. What do you have? Besides, the ordinary, what we expect, the sexual need and gratification. Okay, take that out of it. Right. Now, what are you bringing? Are you intelligent? Or are you just a cute little pole to have on the arm? Everybody want eye candy, but when you open your mouth, if you can't hold a conversation with me while we're sitting at the board of directors table, I don't want to be bothered with you, man or woman.
Right.
See, I learned my lesson.
If I have a man and he's fine and cute, but when he opens his mouth, he's dumb as a box of rocks. You're not stimulating me. You're not stimulating me mentally. The sex is just a perk.
Mm-hmm.
The sex is just a perk. If you can't talk to me,
it's a perk. Mm-hmm.
That's it.
It perks up. You're trying to say? What do you mean by perk? No, I'm joking.
You know what you're talking about. I'm just saying.
Before was a perk. What was it?
And that's all they offering. You got a nice body. There's a lot of women with nice bodies, but have you ever seen a woman that didn't have a nice body, but she was so beautiful, her aura and her spirit?
Yeah.
And then you're wondering how she get with this handsome, fine man because he made love to her mind, and they have more in common than looks.
Right. How about a woman or a man that is not so attractive?
Mm-hmm.
That he's just, I don't know, he just got it. You know what I mean? Y'all ever been in a room with a man where y'all know like this boy, he ain't that good to look at, but he sure got a big brain on him. That turns me on. I like a man.
He got a what?
Yeah.
A big brain.
He got a what?
A big brain.
Big brain. Oh, I was gonna say, how did you get to that part?
Intelligent. He's
I'm hearing things.
Carry on the conversation. He knows his
I learned my lesson a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I learned my lesson a long time ago, and it wasn't through me. It was this man.
Yes,
live in my
Bella.
building. Handsome man, very handsome, and he had all the perks of women that he can have. And we used to always be like, oh, he get the most beautiful women. Oh, this man is so handsome. So you fast forward like 15, 20 years later, I done moved out of there. I moved. So now I'm with EMS, right?
Mhm.
So now I go to dialysis room. You know who's in there with him? A home health aide. All the women he had did dirty, or
Mhm.
for whatever reason, he never stayed good to one woman. And he got, when you got old, and I always said, you know what? That's what I look for when I want to get in a relationship. Somebody who I can grow old with. So when we're not doing well, because his last woman that he had was a home health aide, not his kid's mother.
Right.
No, so that's how
Really
I think about when
strong.
I get in a relationship.
Mhm.
Can we grow old together? That's how I see it. 'Cause I see a lot of, especially the players. I remember when Brad Nubian said, you was fly once, now you losing all your friends. Talking about, 1 minute when you're young and you look good, and you think everybody think that's good when they still got their good looks and they still got their good health. Everybody think, having, they don't think about when they get old. And that lesson I learned. I'm glad it wasn't learned through me. But I learned not to play. I'm not playing no games. Are we growing old with each other or what? So that's just how I see stuff. So I don't know if you're going to be a high value man or not, but you're going to be a man of value. Now, if they would have said a man of value, I could say, okay, I get you. But as far as alpha male and high value man, no, you gotta have. There's nothing wrong with having values. You gotta have values in everything, not just a man, just a value in life itself. Or is it that this is just way of creating content? But do they really believe in half of the stuff that they are saying?
Some of them probably do, which is why they probably alone.
Hello,
But we as women have to let
sunshine people.
We as women have to let the younger women under us know that you are worth it. Yes, it's nice to have a husband and a man. Don't get me wrong. However, you need to know how to defend for yourself also. Because if that man up and leave you tomorrow with his millions, now I'm gonna tell you a perfect example. And you know, Sugar Love, when I say this, I'm not even gonna say the name. It's a rapper from New York. He was taking care of his child. The girl turned 18. The girl's straight. The child is good. She in college. She got money. Daddy taking care of her. But the baby mama, not the wife, not the girlfriend, the baby mother was living high on the hog in all these expensive co-ops. If you guys don't know what co-op is, it's like an expensive apartment in New York. And when the girl got 18, the baby daddy, the rapper, stopped giving the baby mama the money. So now she was on social services in New York City. But what did you do those 18 years that you was getting this money? You did. What were you doing? You were depending on that?
Yeah.
You didn't know. She didn't know her worth and value. You didn't get a job in that time. You didn't save no money. You just living high on the hog, getting all these fancy apartments, nice cars. Come on now.
Did she do an interview? I feel like I know you're talking about. Did she do an interview? She try to live off interviews and try to write a book?
She may have. I know she was on public assistance in New York City, which is not cute. That's not cute.
No, Dr. Mira is not. I'm thinking about Bella. I'm sorry. I'm getting my girls confused. Yeah. But a lot for them 18 years though, a lot of them but see the thing with that is, and that's for all these women that's having all these what's that little young boy? Probably he's supposed to got Mayweather daughter pregnant now. He like up to like his 10th kid or whatever. I'm like, I don't know. And he's still like under 21, just 21, 22 years old. He's still a baby. Got like almost 10 kids. But you cannot see these kids as money bags, because what do you do after you turn 18? If it's bad
Exactly.
enough, some women they only get $25 a month. Believe me, that child support is not
Okay.
as real as people think it is. Men
Yep.
may
You're
portray
trying to secure that
child
bag. You
support.
need to secure your mind and get an education, so when that bag do go, you have something to fall back on. Were you a nurse? Did you go to school? Did you work in administrative? Like, what kind of skills do you have besides being on your back? We are worth more than that.
What's your passion? You know, just like Dr. Mira, her business is of her passion. She does, she can explain, like she does like soaps and herbs and self-healing and stuff like that. Find your passion, become your own business person, but you still have to be not the independent woman, but you have to be independent.
You
Don't
should be
have
able to
the independent. I'm talking about.
even if you submissive, I still believe you still have to have your own stuff, because if you don't have your own stuff, you kind of go into a situation. If he leaves you or your husband leaves you, what are you gonna be stuck with? You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you gotta have
Yep.
your own stuff. Even if you're working for someone else or you have your own business, that's why I always kept money. I always try to keep money. I always try to keep money as a safe haven. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just in case, because you never know what might happen. Your husband might lose his job.
Exactly.
He might leave you, or he might pass. You know what I mean? You have to have something. And I will.
If he giving you all this money per month, I'm just gonna say he giving you $10,000 a month. I'm just being honest. It don't take $10,000 to take care of no child. I've seen people take care of 4-5 children on only $200 a month. So what are you doing with this $10,000? Are you not saving any of it?
Right.
You better open you up a Swiss bank account or a Chase bank and put it on the side, and don't let your right hand know what your left hand know, and save some money.
Yeah. You got to do that. You can't be sitting up around here waiting on somebody to do something, because you never know what might happen. You got to be prepared. I tell my daughter that all the time. You got to be prepared. You got to be prepared, because I have a daughter. I have 2 boys now and counting. Okay, more coming, and I got 4 grandchildren. Yeah, more. That's
I'm adopted. Let me ask you guys this question. Okay, Dr. Mira answer first, Burns answer second. Do you think this submission subject is only really talked about in the Black community? Because you never hear that outside talked about as much as it's talked about outside of the Black community. So is they trying to say, let me finish. Is they trying to say Black women are not submissive, or are they trying to say women are not submissive? Because every time I hear about it, there's always the Black woman, the Black woman, the Black woman, the Black woman. So you can answer the question first. Do you think it's a cultural thing, or is it a woman thing? How do you feel about that subject? Or how do they feel about Black women? You can answer it first, Dr. Mira, then you can answer right after her, Burns.
Okay, so what happens is in historical times and throughout history, they will always big up the Black woman to make more money in a lot of cases, because they want to keep the man docile. So the woman, I'm just keeping real. So the woman can go and beg the white man. So basically the white man is essentially still taking care of her, like slavery, right? So the Black man, of course, would feel like he have to work twice as hard, et cetera, right? So aside of that, so you will have more women who are independent and they don't necessarily need their men, right? So that's in a lot of cultures, just came from even welfare, even on the terms of welfare. And you know how in welfare, back especially in the 70s or even till today, where you had to hide. Claudine was the excellent movie, was the best movie to explain.
That's my favorite show, but that's not why we got that's not where the where the welfare coming from. Go ahead, baby.
Let me finish though. It's really true. It's really true. Okay. So so a lot of that. So from slavery until now, because of, you know, how welfare and all that particular stuff is set up, right? So then also in culture differences, see a lot of, because they think we're popping our necks, you know, because we're stereotyped, because it's always flashed on TV that we're popping our necks, and we, you know, these reality TV shows don't help. And then what you see in the news, and then what you see on social media, so it's triple times explain and explode in the world, and everybody thinks that the Black woman is just the most ignorantest person in the whole entire universe, right? So they don't believe that this Black woman can be submissive. They don't believe that the Black woman can have a common sense or a mind or be able to make businesses. And we know differently, right? But that's what happened in society, and because of the society norms, you know. So then on the flashback, so with white women, they pretty much, it comes across with, well, a lot of them, like they're more submissive than the Black woman. They don't have to discuss it because within their homes, a lot of them either do it or don't. It's not really a big deal. You know what I mean? Even on the terms of other races and nationalities, like the Thai woman, the Asian woman, you know, that's why a lot of it comes across like a lot of men be like, oh, Black men be like, I don't want to be with y'all sisters, because y'all pop your necks and y'all got attitudes and yada yada yada. So I'm just gonna go get me somebody from a different country, what, even an African woman or anybody from America, you know, anybody other than the American Black woman. So I'm gonna go find somebody else to be submissive toward me. Not understanding she's still getting her juice, but she's just able to manipulate. And when I say manipulate, I'm saying exactly that, to make something move. So she's just basically moving you, you know, playing chess and moving you in a certain way to get what she needs from you. And then by the time you look up 20 children later, then she's ready to divorce you, but that's another story. But the point is that they don't really discuss it because it's just is what it is in their marriage. See, it's always an issue, and is prompt to an issue within our Black households for every little situation that goes on. You know what I mean? So anything, we could cough and they'd be like, look at that. See, that's the problem in the Black family. We could like go outside and go, and scream, whatever the case is, it's gonna, everything within the Black community or within our Black households is always gonna be highlighted no matter what we do. So we damn if we do, we damn if we don't. So it's not really going to be a discussion like that because it is what it is, whether they do submission within their households or whether they don't do it, or the woman is the breadwinner, you know what I mean? And the man is sitting at home with the children. Either way, it's not really going to be discussed because whatever they do, it's okay. But whatever we do is not. So that's the reason why.
Well, I think for the Black woman that I can speak of, it is kind of hard for us to submit, and for several reasons. One is because our men are locked up. Two, our men, Black men, go to the white woman or the woman of another race thinking that they're better because they have straighter hair or whatever their idea is of a white woman. And three, they don't take up for the Black woman like they should. But then as soon as something happens to them, they get locked up, they get sick, they lose their job. Oh, you supposed to hold me down, you supposed to be there, ride or die. I'm not riding or dying for nothing, NECA, NICTA. You know why? Because you need to go out there and get 2 or 3 jobs. So I'm not gonna do that, and then you turn around and leave me and go to Sally Mae over there, because Sally Mae gonna do whatever you say do, bringing another woman, bringing another man, cat, dog, fish. I'm not doing all that. So I think for the white woman, it's more acceptable for them to be submissive. Like I said, the June Cleaver, you know, you stay home, take care of the kids. The kids grown in school. Why I still need to be home when they 15? I need to go get me a job and be independent in case you meet Sally Mae in the office as secretary and you want to leave me. I'm gonna be covered. That's just my opinion.
I know this is mainly in the Black community. And there's more black men that's spewing this poison. And it's get to the point you get tired of it. Because I'm like, they always try to make it seem like every other woman is more. You may have met one, but because of their culture and everything. But the difference is, when you leave them, I bet you'll go to the cleaners. You may thought they were submissive, but the minute you divorce them and leave them, they're going to show you how submissive they really are. Because you're going straight to the cleaners. They wasn't that submissive at all. It's like, depending on how you were raised, they know how to keep that man. They know how to gather all that man's business. They got insurance. They got all these things on you. That's for just in case. Black women usually don't do that. A lot of us are left with nothing. A lot of us is left just with sorrows. If you got kids, you got kids. If you got it left paying their old cell phone bills, a lot of us is left rebuilding everything. A lot of the women that's not in our culture are not left the way we are left. So it's more of the men trying to turn us into something else, or maybe they don't know how to handle a black woman. Could be the way their mother raised them, or their mother relationship with their mother and not having a father. What do you guys think on that?
I think it was anger. A lot of, in some cases, a lot of black men are angry with their mothers because their mothers had to work double time, had to make ends meet in some cases. Then there's some other cases where their mother may have been on drugs. And then there's other cases where their father may not have been there in the way that they wanted to. And it may have been the mother's fault on certain levels that kept the child away from him in some cases. In other cases, the father kept himself away. And the mother might not have done anything. But at the end of the day, it all falls on the mother. It essentially, the child still looks at it as the mother's fault in a lot of cases. So it has a lot of anger. It has certain levels or certain feelings of abandonment, because either you damn you do because you got to go out and get a job. And then if you're trying to have some good things for your child, you're probably having 2 or 3 jobs. You know what I mean? You might want to go to school. You're doing all this hard work for this child, but meanwhile, this child is not. And you giving that child a latchkey situation where they have to be, having a key to get into their house, and you'll leave food for them to warm up, but still they're essentially at home by themselves. And they can develop certain types of anger, of not having that father within their home. In some cases, whether the mother's keeping the father away, or maybe sometimes he might need to kept away because maybe he's on drugs. Maybe he's a bad influence. Maybe he's horrible. I mean, although you chose him, but
maybe he's just a rolling stone.
Right.
He's a rolling stone. How do you feel about that, Burns?
I was gonna say I have a perfect example. Again, a rapper from New York, but you'll know who I'm talking about. So he barks like a dog. You know exactly who I'm talking about. So
absolutely.
His story.
For life.
Huh?
Say
that again.
For life.
Yeah.
For life.
So listen, his story was, I'm not sure exactly what happened to his mom. I can't quite get that, but I know his grandmother raised him. He loved her so much, and he treats women like dirt. And the reason he said that is, I think it had something to do with his mother, but when the grandmother died, the grandmother said, Nana's baby. And she paid attention to him. She showed him love. She did all that. But when she died, he was missing all that. So of course he turned to drugs. He did women, nasty and dirty because he missed that. I don't know where his dad was. His dad wasn't around. So some men do feel like that. However, you can't take that out on the next woman, because that might be your savior. And I don't mean savior in saving you from something, but I mean savior in that could be your soulmate. Just like with men not wanting women with kids. Well, that woman could be your soulmate. Maybe she had a child young. Maybe she was raped when she was young and she had the child. You don't know, but that right there could be your family and your new start. And vice versa for women too. You know, we put up a wall and can't trust the man. Oh, the last boyfriend I had, he did this. But we can't blame that on the new man because we have to give them a chance.
Y'all ladies are bringing the heat. Y'all are definitely bringing the heat tonight, honey. Y'all are bringing the heat, and the audience is loving you guys. The audience is, I like, we're going to make sure we're going to do these type of talks at least once a week. Like every Thursday, we're going to have a panel and talk. I'm going to be doing my gossip talking, and I'm still growing. But don't forget, you want to grow, go to Vern's Junk Closet. She is your biggest cheerleader. But I always got to plug people in. Don't pay me no mind, but I got to plug people in. Now, you have different religions that see submission as much different. How do you guys feel about their meaning of submission and what your meaning of submission is? If you know how some religions are, if you don't know how some religions are, their meaning of submission is much different. I think that's what we're thinking. When we think about submission, we're thinking about people that's in certain religions, and us American women, not just American women, but people who were born up differently. When we see how their meaning of submission, we were like, no. So how do you think that's where the confusion come in at? I'm gonna start with Burns.
Well, I know for like men from India, you know, they look down on their women, and men from that are Muslim, you know, they're allowed to have certain many women. And for me, and Jewish men want their women to submit. I think for me, I would not be able to. I probably could date you for a minute, but I probably couldn't fall in love with you or take you serious or say I'm going to start a family because you would want me to change my religion to Jewish or whatever your religion is. And I don't think I would be able to do that. I would be so headstrong. If we couldn't compromise,
I would be stoned.
Say that again.
There is no compromise. There is, I remember in them religions, there is no compromise. You don't have a brain. You don't have an opinion. So I think that's where, when we hear the word submission to our regular men, maybe us women is getting that sort of kind of confused, because the way they promote submission, that makes anybody who doesn't know the religion run away from submission, not knowing that we're not talking about their type of submission. So do you think that's where the confusion is coming from? What you got to say on that, Dr. Amira?
It depends on, because I've been there. You know, I've been there. Islamic, and again, it depends on the particular person that you're with. You know, it depends on the particular person that you're with. It's really all about the person. It's not really about the religion. But I do know that you know, you could find a good man in any religion. Like you might get with a man who is, you know, Jewish or what have you, and he might not be like everybody else, you know.
But that's one. But the religion in total, that's. I mean, if you come across a good one, we're not speaking upon coming across a good one. I'm talking about just in the religion period. Let's say you don't come across a good one, that you got to abide by the rules. The man is in charge. That's it. Do you think that's what's getting us?
It depends on the woman. So then it goes back to depends on the woman. If that's something that you can do, then go for it. If that's something you can't do, then it's not going to work for you. You know.
No. What I'm saying is, because the way they're brought up and the way we see it, do we get that confused and be like, no, I don't? We automatically turn down the word. We don't like the word submission, and we run away from it because we get confused of how other people in religions view submission and how their women submit. And we like, that could never be us. It was not going to happen. That's what I mean by that. You think we get that? Some women get that confused, and that's why we be like,
Of
not
course.
me. Nope. Mm-mm.
But
Can't,
of course, people get confused about submission because submission means different things and different realities to different people. And yeah, religion could definitely be something different because it's perception. Is again, it still goes along with the individual though, because different households and different people can look at submission in a different way. Like I don't see anything. Okay, for example, I really don't necessarily, the word submission does not scare me. You know what I mean? But then, it might be the exact same situation, right? And you tell someone else about it, they might be like, submission. Oh my God. So you're a slave? You know what I mean? So you do everything you say. You know what I mean? So again, it's perception though. It keeps going back to perception because individually people can feel a certain way. Again, it goes back down to your family. You know what I'm saying? Your family, how your family was raised. If your family was Hebrews, or if your family was Christians, different types of Christians, right? Or Islamic, or you had, just different dynamics. Again, if you were raised in it, or if you converse to it, if you converted to it, so if you converted to it, then that might be a little bit differently. You know what I mean? Again, everything is differently. It's all about perception and the way that you implement it within. But yeah, the word can be scary for some people, sure.
Sugar Love, what about polyamorous?
I don't believe in none of that. I am Molly. I am Molly to the T. I don't poly nothing. Because
you have to be submissive in that realm because they want to have two women. However, they could still go out and date and have another woman, and you have to be there with the kids that you produce with him and her kids she produced. But he could still go out and date, DATE. You two are at home, but he can still go out and date. But you guys have to approve of the woman. But if you don't approve, there's a chance he could still be with her. And it's all part of my
thing. My thing with that is this. Like I said, I heard my lesson watching this man who had 50 million women go down to no women. My thing is when I get old, when I get sick, why does the man got 5 wives and that man gets sick, he got 5 women taking care of him. And let's say you have the type of marriage that all of you have different houses. Let's say your sister wife. We don't live all together or whatever. So that woman gets sick. Who does she have? That man gets everything, or 2 wives get sick at one time. How does that man serve his wife? So that's my meaning of going, nope. There's gonna be one for me. We're gonna be one-on-one. We're gonna take care of each other one-on-one. I'm not splitting nothing. I'm not. I can't. I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not.
There's a Black woman. I just saw it the other day, and then she's been out for a while, but I just came across her again. It's a Black woman, and she has 2 men. One is her husband of, I think, 8 years, and the other one is like 3. Yeah, and I'm like, first of all, I don't think I have enough to go around. I don't think I have enough for 2, because 1 is enough for me. I don't think I can handle 2 of them. I'm sorry, that's just me.
I mean, that used to be how it was done back in certain parts of Africa. Some women did that. Like I said, I don't even want to split my men either. Now, I'm not giving you this thing. Now, in my younger days, I had, listen, you got on my nerves, but that's when you was younger. But you wasn't doing nothing with them. You just had different friends. Okay, you different.
Yeah, Miss Ryder died that I would come up there, but I'm too cray for y'all.
You can come on up. I'll put the link on it up in here. Anybody want to come put the link on up in here? Well, I'm sorry. I don't want to share. I don't want you to share, and I don't want to share.
Exactly.
I don't want no man to have to share me neither, because I don't know
I think I would be
whenever
jealous.
he's gonna choose.
I'm not gonna lie.
Need me, and I'm with the next man. I don't want a man.
Yeah, I think I would be
I
jealous.
would feel so bad. I wouldn't be jealous, but I would feel so bad if this one of my men truly needed me and was going through something. I'm with the next man. That would hurt my heart, and that's why I said it's close. It just would, because it's not. You already got to go around. So yeah, it looks good. Oh, I got 5 husbands, but that's not what it's about. It's about being there for each other, and you cannot truly be there for each other if you're spreading yourself too thin.
They're emotional and everything. And I'm like Erykah Badu. I don't have enough to spread the pie. I don't have enough. I can't do that. I can't do it.
Exactly, honey.
I think people can do whatever they want to do. I've seen, I know who you're talking about, that young lady. One thing I don't like, and that's her lifestyle cool. Because I'm a type of person, I just be like, to each his own. But I am jealous. I'm a Taurus. We don't play that. And been there, done that.
Oh my God.
I told you guys have a lot in common. I ain't bring that part up yet, neither. I didn't bring that part up neither. Y'all gonna find that. Y'all gonna find. Wait till y'all two. I need for y'all two to become good friends.
So I'm not
good friends. Brown, Miss Bella, come bring your butt up here. My girl, my sister.
Wait, is Miss Ride or Die serious or is she joking?
Yeah.
I'm a sister.
You see what she said?
Don't pay her no mind. You know she joking. You know she joking.
Oh,
yeah, I've never done that. It didn't work, and no thank
you. You know Miss Rod. You know Bozo. You know Calvin and Miss Rod. They are a mess.
And secondly,
you know Calvin, Calvin, right? Burns.
That is not her husband.
No,
that
I said
is not her husband.
Him, right? I said both of them are a mess. Well, I'm saying they both are a mess. I'm saying you know him, because I don't know if Dr. Mira knows Calvin, because she haven't been in the chat. You know, both of them are a mess. They're not married. They don't even know each other. But some of our people are just funny and say they are a mess. They are a mess. They bring the chat to life.
I've watched girl. I know exactly who you're talking about. I watched her, and this is my thing. Again, to each his own. Been there, done that. Not doing it anymore. Not me. Doesn't fit me. I'm too jealous, and I know how I am. However, let me break this down. In watching her, she just kind of clowns polygamy. I mean, not polygamy. She clowns
nigga. Stupid little monkey. No, shut up. Shut up, bitch. Shut up.
Oh,
shut your ass,
nigga. Somebody took over her thing.
You shut
Brown
up,
girl
bitch.
Bella.
No.
And they really think I care about them.
She's getting kidnapped. She's getting.
Somebody took her thing. Somebody took Brown Bella's. They hacked her page. So she's gonna have to go reset her thing. Brown Bella, you gotta reset your page. And we coming over there. Guys, I told Brown Bella. Yes, somebody just hacked her page. Before she go live, she needs to go to her thing. You saw her come up, right?
Right.
Somebody just hacked her. Somebody just hacked her page. No, we coming over there, but you need to go change your password first. Go change your password, and then we're gonna all come over there. Because my time was from 7 to 9, and it's 9 o'clock now. Is your time?
Yeah, but yeah, she clowns my monogamy. You know, that's the only thing I didn't really care for in what she was talking about. I mean, I'm not spreading myself thin for nobody. But she definitely clowns monogamy to me, in my opinion, just kind of looking at her. And she,
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, we're gonna get ready to go to Brown Bella, but Brown Bella cannot. She has to go change her passcode first before she go on. And we're gonna go raid her, and then we got to start raiding you. We got to get you to 1,000. So Burns is also she's a grow channel. So Ms. Rod dropped her link. So when you go on her channel, she drops the link and you get more. But tell me, you gotta get you to this 1,000 now. You actually gotta get you to this 1,000. Okay, Ms. Rod, I got something to say first. Okay.
Nigga. Stupid. What are you gonna do about it, bitch? Kick me off, huh? What are you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? I'm hacking all your friends' accounts. I'm hacking all of them.
Okay.
What you gonna do about it?
What you gonna do about it?
You're gonna do nothing.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Excuse me, bitch, I can't hear you.
Why are you talking about yourself?
Oh, top 10 insults. Fuck
Why are you talking about yourself?
Oh, damn. Where'd you find that one from? Year 6, you loser.
Why are you talking about yourself?
Go get a real job.
Why are you talking about
Go
yourself?
get a real job. You're doing
Why are you
YouTube
talking
Live
about
to
yourself?
13 people.
Stop talking about yourself.
I'm not, because I'm not doing YouTube Live.
You're talking to yourself.
That's you. Stupid woman.
Everybody going over to Bella after dark. Peace out. I know, Ms. Rye. I'm out.